Heal!
Whoa, whoa.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Greetings, my friend.
What's new here at Malashop?
Nothing much. If you're looking for a job...
The Ruthard sent me.
What's that to do with me? Those days when Ruthard was the Lord of Malashov are over. I don't want to have anything more to do with him. So you can be on your way.
He sends you his regards. And he asked me to remind you that he's still paying for masses for your family. As the two of you agreed.
Sakura. Nobody knows about that but him.
That's why he told me. So you'd be sure I really did come from them, and this isn't a trick.
Well, that changes things. Sorry for being a bit hostile-like, but times are tough. A man can't be sure of anything. Good to hear that Sir Quinlan still has a few friends left. Give him my greetings, and thank him for still honoring our agreement.
Sure. I'll pass that on to him.
So, tell me, what did the Ruthard send you for?
I'm planning a certain enterprise. Something that the new lord of the castle certainly won't be happy about.
An enterprise, you say? I reckon it's best not to ask what that might be.
That would be wise. And I need you to get fresh, fast horses ready for me.
That's quite a lot you're asking of me. A fresh, fast horse don't come cheap. But fine, since you're from Sir Quinlan, somewhere a bit further from here so I don't get in the shit if things go sideways.
Of course. The last thing I want is to endanger you unnecessarily. And the Ruthards promise to pay for the horse if it comes to any harm.
All right. So look, here next to the stud farm there's a kind of band of rocks below the forest. When you go alongside the rocks to the end, you'll find a wooded copse not far from the castle. There's a well-trodden patch of ground there, so that's where I'll have that horse ready for you. Hopefully, nothing will happen to him if I just leave him there. Recently, there's been wolves and wild dogs sniffing around here, so we have to watch out for the animals.
Thanks. I'm obliged to you.
You ought to be. I wish you the best of luck. I reckon you'll need it.
This must be the chapel Rosa was talking about. I was supposed to look through its arch for some old ruins. Well, let's see. Go! Whoa! Whoa! This must be the chapel Rosa was talking about. I was supposed to look through its arch for some old ruins. Well, let's see. What is it, Mutt? The chapel directed me here. There's no doubt about that. So somewhere around here, I have to find a stone cross, and then go in the direction the top is pointing. A cross in stone. This could be the place Rosa mentioned. I'll grab the spade and see if I'm in the right place. Tough job, but it was worth it. The way to Malashov is clear. An axe to deal with the supports and the planks at the entrance. A spade and bucket to clear away fallen earth and free up the entrance. Everything's ready for escape whenever needed. The Roothards really left nothing to chance. Fuck, that's deep. I wouldn't want to fall down there. The ladder Rosa mentioned. In an escape, it'd be enough to pull it up, and that'd leave any pursuers stuck. I just hope it can hold one attacker. Damn it, that's cold. This must be the door Rosa was talking about. Here are the iron cleats and the barrier beam, just like she said. When Capon and me are escaping, we can board it up so they can't follow us. Eternal praise to the Roothards and their ingenuity. This looks like it could be the wall of the Malashov cellars. There's no going back. This is it. All right then. Courage, Henry. Courage. You can do this. This is going to take a while.
And Ruthard and Liechtenstein are turning the Kuttenberg houses against us.
Bavag will deal with Ruthard. But Liechtenstein is your concern. How come you haven't caught him yet?
He's slippery as an eel. He's hiding somewhere in the Jewish quarter. I sent spies to track him down, but they never came back.
Flush him out of that hole of his. For fuck's sake!
Why such concern, Otto? Kuttenberg is ours. Sigismund has the reins firmly in his hands.
He's got fuck all in his hands. Sigismund thought at first he'd come to terms with his brother Wenceslas. Clear the way for him to the imperial throne and take the Bohemian throne for himself. But Wenceslas couldn't even get off his drunken ass and go to Rome for the coronation. And now, the glorious Hungarian king has fallen for Jobst and his damned truce. He's been taken in by that treacherous turncoat.
Jobst betrayed Wenceslas. Then Sigismund. And now us. He fooled all of us. But what can he really do against us?
I'll tell you what. While pretending to parley, he incensed the Hungarian nobles against Sigismund.
Surely Sigismund's army can deal with that inconvenience.
Ha! He was paying his Cumans by letting them pillage Bohemia. He set half the people against him in the country he wants to rule. And now, there is nothing left to plunder. While we are shuffling our feet here, Jobst is surely mustering an army.
What are we going to do?
We've got Cabon. That'll keep Hanush and the Lipa people at bay. If they ever want to see their heir alive.
Jobst has Liechtenstein mustering other allies for him. We get him in our grasp, and Jobst will be like a fish out of water in Bohemia.
I'll drag him out of that Jewish den with my own 2 hands. Count on me, sir.
The betrayers of Christ, hiding a betrayer. They are rich. All that's needed is a good pretext.
The Kuttenbergers will be quite happy if their debts to those usurers happen to go up in smoke.
Yeah.
You're learning fast, young man.
The gate open. A horseman, sir!
Anish is out of the game. The Kuttenbergers are taken care of, and we'll catch Liechtenstein. You'll see, my friend. Good times are coming.
Your Graces, King Sigismund is convening the town council, but first he requests your presence at the Sedlitz monastery, without delay.
What's all the urgency about?
Surely you must know that yourself, sir. The captives fled Trotsky Castle and killed Istvan Toth while escaping.
What?
That's not possible. That's a lie.
It is true, Lord Toth is dead.
Who? Speak!
The messenger said something about Cobbler's bastard and some outlaws.
I swear, by everything that is holy, I will find that whoreson, and I will rip out his heart!
Jesus. What's with that boy?
Sir Istvan was like a father to him. You better go.
Bring the horses!
Shame about that dog.
Why did you do that?
Luck was on my side. Now to find Capon and get out of here.
He took a small escort with him, so the garrison is slightly weakened now. So, be extra alert on your watch. If I find anybody slacking off, they'll get the whip.
You got it, Conrad.
Diepold, I'll send Hyman to the gate. You'll be in charge of the southern and eastern fortifications. Franz, run along back to the garden. Get some sleep. You don't fall asleep during the night watch.
Don't worry.
The rest of you know your orders. You'll be sorry if you don't. Dismissed. Don't drink too much.
Oh.
That card is starting to get on my fucking nerves.
We're gonna kill all the castle, trust me. No, 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 why did you? Come here, big boy. We drop him outside. Or are we just gonna keep him over here? So, I'm looking for a book, I don't know where to find them. Since I'm already in Manchov, I should take the chance to find all the books she said. It's bound in a red letter. Made with gold. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find this one. Well, let's see. So we need to make sure we know which places we actually look for them. Oh god, this is a big castle. I think there's a guy in there. Go kill. Oh, hello. Oh, I didn't even see him. Oh no, what am I doing? Oh yeah. Let's see if I don't know if I need any of this shit, but I'll take that. It's not like something I want to take. Well, we're at the top here. Let's get rid of this guy here.
He didn't have much anyway.
wish I could drop him. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Drop him. So I came back here. I don't think there's gonna be anything here. Oh, oh. I don't wanna kill you, come on. Stay away. It's gonna be a bad idea if you try to follow me. She's sitting there. I don't even know. If I could take care of this guy, maybe I could just... Oh, he may see me. Let's do this. This guy's working. Like, there's nothing I can do there. Okay. Well, I think this is where I came from. So oh, it's a small castle anyway, so I thought thought it's kind of big, but it's not actually that big. So this is everything. There's a guy underneath me. Check. So it's this way, this. Oh, no, what am I doing?
Why is it open? I always close the door.
I want to find a book, to be honest. Holy shit. Can I jump? Oh no. Oh please, oh please, oh please, oh
Fucking
please.
murder!
How the
I know that bloke. Fucking hell. I'll find that murderer.
He got stuck. Ah, that's good. Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Go to hell!
No, no way, bro.
old Otto took a liking to her. Everybody knows where she comes from and treats her accordingly. Bloody hell! Old Otto? He'd have you whipped for that. You're right. I better keep our Lord out of my mouth. Otto is sausage instead. So let's dig in and make the best of Otto's favour.
Oh, I gotta save the game.
Wait!
What the devil are you doing in my chambers? And at this hour? Guards!
Easy, my lady. Don't be angry. Vincent von Kumberg, at your service. I came to see Lord von Berghoff. Unfortunately, we missed each other, but the guard told me you'd take care of me with the kindness you're well known for.
Oh, pardon me, Sir Vincent. Lady Ophelia. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Nobody told me you were arriving.
I was originally heading to Kuttenberg, but it was getting dark, so I thought I'd come and surprise Lord von Berg.
Well, you certainly surprised me, but I'm sure you must be tired after your journey. Please, follow me.
Thank you. You're too kind. I would like to rest my head for a while.
You're lucky, sir. We just happen to have a free room here for guests, which is all too rare. Sir Otto often has visitors when he's in the castle, which I'm sure comes as no surprise to you. I should also mention that there's a second room on the floor, but please excuse me. Entry there is forbidden to you. It's reserved for, distinguished and long-term guests of Lord Van Berghoff. I apologize. Here, Sir Vincent. Get some rest. Tomorrow I'll take proper care of you, and you can tell me about your travels. Otto will surely be back in a couple of days. Until then, you'll be my guest. Now, please excuse me. I'm tired and I'm going to lie down. I wish you a good night. It's late, sir, and you must be tired from your journey. I shall welcome your company at breakfast, not earlier.
Alright, I guess, I can't sleep.
What is happening? Who are you?
Quiet. If you make a peep, we're done for.
Henry?
Good God, Henry.
How did you... What are you doing here?
What do you think I'm doing? Hunting boar? Came to save your noble arse.
My noble arse thanks you. Oh, how did you get here?
I'll tell you later. Who's this?
Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. At your service.
Brabant led the defense at Kuttenberg. He's Sigismund's prisoner, same as me.
And I came very close to holding the town. Besides...
There's no time for chit-chat. He's our ally. We can't leave him behind. Right, no doubt you've got a cunning plan for us to get out of here, right? Well, let's hear it.
Of course I have a plan. Listen, I got to the fortress through a secret passageway that old Ruthard told me about. Von Bergov knows nothing about it.
C'est magnifique! Very cunning.
And so far, the garrison has no idea I'm here. We're lucky von Bergov left the fortress along with von Aulitz and some of the garrison. So I'll take you to that passageway, and we'll get out of here. We'll get to the forest not far from here. I'll have some horses ready there. We'll be gone before you can say the Lord's Prayer.
Formidable! I call that an elegant plan. I myself had to sneak like that once, during the siege of Arezzo. So, what are we waiting for? On y va!
Wait. A passageway, you say? A dark, narrow passageway?
Well, it's just a passageway. There's a bit of water in it to wade through, but nothing we can't handle.
You can forget about it. I'm not going through any passageway.
What?
Let me repeat. No passageway for me. It's not the chivalrous way.
It is not chivalrous, c'est vrai, but in our situation, it is more than delicious.
It's not chivalrous enough for his lordship, eh? Are you kidding me? I'm saving your life if you didn't notice. Or do you think this is some kind of fucking game?
Well, in my opinion...
Fuck your opinions. No. Just no. I mean, we'll all suffocate in that passageway. Or it'll fall on our heads.
What's gonna fall on us, damn it? If I got in that way, we can get out, too. It's completely safe. So stop acting like a madman and let's go.
I can't do it. I'm afraid of small, dark spaces. Ever since that tower fell on me in Nabokov, and I was stuck under the ruins, I can't. I just can't. I'm sorry, Henry. There has to be another way.
Have you come up with some ingenious plan for getting out of here? If so, I'd really like to hear it.
What do I know? We could maybe break down the gate.
Un moment. Henri? You said that von Bergov left. Is that not so?
Yes.
And what about horses? Are there any horses left here?
I think there's a couple, yeah. In the lower courtyard.
Très bien. That will be enough. We just have to get to them. But I think we could get there stealthily. It is not far from the tower to the stables. Then you simply open the gate, et voila, we are gone! Just like I escaped when surrounded by that English dog John Oakwood. It may not be the best plan, it was not back then either. But we simply had no other choice. Time has passed. The fortress is quiet. I believe that most of the garrison has gone to sleep, which plays in our favor.
That's a wonderful plan! No passageways! But we need some weapons.
Exactement. To have a proper piece of steel in my hand again. Preferably Milanese, although I would be satisfied with something local.
Thanks, Henry. I feel better already.
A nice piece. And what do you have for me?
I don't have another weapon right now. Hopefully we'll find one later.
C'est incroyable! I have fought on the battlefields of 5 countries, but I do not get a weapon? I take this personally.
Don't complain, damn it. According to what you told us, you can handle 10 men with your bare hands. So now you have a chance to show us. Henry?
I'll go ahead and scout it out. When there's a suitable moment, I'll let you know and you can head out.
And how will you let us know?
Well, the stables can be seen from the entrance hall. If you signal us with a torch from next to the horses, we'll head towards you.
Agreed. Good idea. Wait for my light.
But you must be absolutely certain that the way is clear. If you have any doubt, do not risk our lives. Better to come back to us, and we shall go together.
True. And if we don't hear from you or see your signal for a long time, we'll try to make it on our own.
Précisément. We cannot sit here forever.
Right. Got it. I'm off.
Brabant, keep watch by the stairway. I'll go to the window and wait for Henry's signal.
I think it would be better if you watch the stairs.
Why's that?
You are younger. You have better hearing.
You said you once discovered a dozen English spies. Surely
I need to find
I discovered them because I smelled them from a distance. You see, les Anglais sing to high heaven. Eh bien, I will watch the stairs, Monsieur Chapon's linguist.
Just need the book, man. Come on. Oh, that's the book. But how about we steal something before we actually go? Let's see what she's got. Oh no, oh no, oh no. What are you doing? The hell? Oh, she's actually asleep. Much grocer. That's it? I'll take a ring. I'll take a ring for this. 3 groschen.
I have some steel for you.
Très bien, give it to me. Now I will show you what a Cavalier Vauclin Brabant is.
Oh. Are you? Oh my god, why the
Enemy in the fortress!
You know what? Just fuck. Okay. Sound the alarm. I'm gonna die. Oh, I'm
Now you'll see what we do with criminals, bastard!
Nah, that's not good. That's not what? Not a decent one, please. Oh, I can give him this. Show what you got.
I have très bien. Now I will.
Alright, let's see. Close this door. Get all the way to the bottom. So this way is clear. I can actually. nice actually.
Huh?
Stay right there. Oh no no. Sorry, no one gonna find you. Not today at least. Just say let's go around.
The horses are here. As soon as it's safe, I should give Cape on the signal.
Are you gonna die, Commander? Sorry. Tower key. Alright, it's always good to open some locks. Holy, is this one good? I need to switch my... Hello. It's just a hired hand. Sorry.
What's that?
Should be a guy here.
Fortress.
Oh, give me. Alright, just
You
fuck.
lily-livered swine. Don't think I won't cut you to pieces.
This.
I'll beat you to a bloody pulp, fucker.
Are you gonna attack? Piece of shit, man. Everything just going to shit like that, bro. Just one fucking idiot.
I have some...
Très bien. Now I will show you what the Cavalier Vauclair...
Stop this guy.
him!
Where did this guy came from?
You wanna try me? Don't think I won't cut you to
Oh,
pieces.
where this guy came from? I thought there's only two, man. Fuck this game.
I have some steak.
Très bien. Merde.
I have some...
Très bien. Give it to me.
Très bien.
Now, I will...
The horses are here. As soon as it's safe, I should give Capon the signal. Not yet. First, I have to get Sir Hans to the horses. Well, that's that. Now I just need to wait for Capon. Lord Jesus Christ, stand by our side.
first meet, mes amis. The last time I have had such a suspense was when I was rescuing the King of France.
Oui, monsieur, you are surely brave. And fortune favors the brave. Yeah! Free at last!
Thank you for coming for me, Henry. You're a great friend. The best I could wish for.
After today, you may also count me among your friends. I, Vauquelin Brabant, chevalier, aventurier et voyageur. I'm at your service, mon brave Henri. And I have an excellent idea. In your honor, I shall name my new horse after you.
Pleased to meet you, Sir Vacula.
My name is Vauquelin.
Vauquelin?
Vauquelin. Vauquelin.
Vauquelin... would you mind if I just call you Brabant?
Brabant. En.
Brabant?
Que peut-on y faire? It will have to do. Do not concern yourself, mon ami. Clearly, you are not talented in any art or conversation. But at least you have courage and other skills. You carried out the entire operation truly brilliantly. I could not have done it much better myself. And look, mon ami, how the fresh air suits Monsieur Chapon. He has finally stopped drawing in self-pity.
What self-pity, damn it? I was locked up for days in a tiny stinking room.
Ah, come now, mon cher. Luck was simply not on your side for once. That is all. Now we are finally free. The time has come for grand deeds. I did not waste my time in captivity. I fought everything over diligently. Listen.
Please, I'd prefer not to.
What's your plan, Sir Baron?
An heroic deed about which odes shall one day be composed, similar to my feat in the famous Battle of Arezzo.
Did you distinguish yourself in that battle?
Oui. Oui, mon cher Henri. When all seemed lost, I led a heroically desperate attack that ultimately led us to victory. For that, I was knighted. Opportunities for heroism await everywhere. One just has to seize them. What if we were to journey to Vienne? We could assemble a company and liberate Le Roi Wenceslas.
That would be excellent. If the king were to return, the nobility would definitely support him. Sigismund would have to withdraw.
Précisément. And what is more, our names would be sung throughout the kingdom. Undoubtedly, we would also earn a rich reward too. Then I would invite the best stonemason from France and build Monsieur Chapeau a castle that even Chevalier Hanush would envy.
You must be mad. You've been free less than a day, and you're already thinking up ways to get yourself killed. I'd rather endure Hanush's preaching about my incompetence than listen to this chatter. We'll see what happens next. But the first thing that I need is to get good and drunk. We should spur the horses on. God knows, they might be hot on our heels. Yeah! Christ, woo. Such destruction and havoc.
War. Monsieur Chapon, you have yet to participate in a real battle. But I fought against les Valaques at Naples. And les Anglais in Bourgogne. And that is how war looks, whether in Italy or La Bohème. It is always the same.
That's not war, it's barbarism. What value did this village have?
Eh bien, I would estimate 5 courtyards. Annual revenues could be perhaps, several hundred groschen.
That's not what I meant, Bakalin. No fortress. Maybe one fortified courtyard. Practically practically insignificant militarily. That's not how war should be fought. This is unjust.
Do not give way to sentimentality, monsieur. A village could harbor spies and saboteurs or supply the enemy, and destroying enemy assets is an effective tool of war. Wars are not decided only in battles. There are not even many of those. To strike in the rear, make the enemy lose and bleed. That is how most conflicts are fought. However, wait a year or two, the village will be settled. The population will increase again. That is how it always happens.
But we're the nobility. Our task is to lessen the chances of such things happening.
You're right, Hans. We must find allies and put a stop to it as soon as possible, so we can save as much as we can.
Yes, but we failed in Trotsky. And now this is our punishment.
I see that short captivity has turned you into a philosopher, Lord Capon. You should apply to the Faculty of Arts before the muse lifts you again.
Yeah!
This pair of scoundrels.
I fucked everything up.
Oh, get up, lad. Everyone makes mistakes. Only a better man owns up to them. At least we know now what kind of vermin we're dealing with.
What brings you here? We just escaped from Malashov, and right now
There's no time for haste. One thing at a time, my boy. Word reached Rat-Eye that you pair got yourselves into a nice mess. I'm glad to see you both in one piece. So, let's hear it. What happened?
It's best if Henry tells you. I wasn't around for half of it.
No sooner had we spied Trotsky on the horizon than everything started to go to hell. We made camp by a pond with the intention of heading for the castle at first light, only we were ambushed by bandits in the evening. They killed all our men and took everything they could carry, including the letter for von Berghoff.
And how did you two manage to get out alive?
Just by a stroke of good luck. We were both in a bad way. We might not have made it if a local herb woman hadn't taken care of us.
Only after that, we couldn't get into the castle, though. We looked like a pair of beggars.
And the bastards treated us as such.
But you did get into Trotsky in the end, didn't you?
Von Berghoff received us and heard us out. It seemed like he was on our side. We even helped him out several times. Until we found out he was just stringing us along. It all came out after we set out with von Berghoff's men to deal with the bandits who were rampaging in his domain. The same ones who attacked us at the start.
Only they ambushed us and took me and Henry captive for ransom.
But it turned out these very outlaws are on our side. They're fighting for King Wenceslas on the orders of Sokol of Lamberg.
Well, I'll be damned.
So von Berghoff has been the real enemy all this time. And Zhishka is actually our ally.
Zhishka? He's the captain of those outlaws. That name doesn't ring a bell.
I think you'll meet him soon enough.
What impression did he make on you?
He's some impoverished yeoman. But he's handy in a battle, and he helped us when we needed it.
He made quite an impression on me, for one. I'll be happy to see him again. But if only it didn't have to be in Rabosh. Why Rabosh? Of all the places in the world.
We're riding to a gathering of King Wenceslas's supporters. If fortune favors us, the future fate of the kingdom will be decided there.
If we keep standing around here gabbing about it, it'll be decided without us.
Patience, my friend. This pair have just returned from the clutches of the enemy. No doubt they have something to tell us.
Like how in the devil did you manage to escape?
I was helped by the Ruthard family, the former rulers of Malashov, in exchange for dealing with some trouble they had with Ulrich of Raditz.
Ulrich Favak? But he's the mint master.
Well, he won't be for long, if it comes to light that he's been putting his sticky fingers on the royal silver.
It seems you've been pretty busy.
But don't forget to say what you found out from von Bergov in Malashov.
Sigismund has convened the city council. Markvart von Aulitz will be there with him, too. The word is, Sigismund is going to make an important announcement there.
He picked a nice time for it. But at least he won't be sticking his nose into what's going on around.
An awful lot has happened in the last few days. Really looking forward to my bed.
I'm sure you are, son. But we really can't let that council assembly slip by. Young Lord Capon will go with us to Rabosh, but you'll have to return to the city right away and try to worm your way into the town hall.
What? How can I get in there? I can't just walk in off the street.
You've got the dirt on Vavak, and you don't know how to use it? Just tell him either he gets you into the council chamber, or you get him on the gallows.
It's worth a try, right?
I hope that assembly really is important. If Sigismund is just going to announce an increase in taxes, there's not much point in my being there.
Well, at least you can enjoy watching the long faces of the councillors when they hear it. And don't worry, I'll eat and drink in Rabosh on your behalf.
If I come back and find you there under lock and key again, I'll leave you to rot.
Take I will go as well, and I will not let your friend out of my sight.
Hans? Who's this?
Vaclin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo, at your service.
He was a captive of Lord von Bergov's, like me. He defended Kuddenberg against Sigismund.
In that case, he'll be a welcome guest at Rabosh.
You don't know what you're promising, Baron. Watching Sir Hans is a job and a half.
The main thing is to watch out for yourself, Henry. As soon as you can do so without raising suspicion, come and join us.
He'll manage it, but now we really need to hit the road.
Safe travel, Henry.
Adieu et bonne chance.
And to you. Hopefully we'll meet soon. I ought to go and see Rosa when I'm in town. No doubt she'd like to know how it went with that book.
Jesus Christ, we pray.
Whoa!
Greetings.
God be with you.
What?
I've
heard.
Don't.
I can't.
Oh.
My. That many times, eh? You must really fancy me. Christ, pardon me.
Taking their time again.
Easy, easy. Nice and slow.
My humble respects.
Whoa!
Are they out of their bloody minds? They had 2 collections just like it already, and there are still holes in the walls.
That's true. But what good are fortifications you can't defend? I'll tell you.
By the way, like you were saying about that book,
My favorite book?
Pray tell, did you find it?
As I wandered through the fortress, and there it lay.
You really found... by the way, did you have any time to leaf through it and see what it's about?
God in heaven, you're seeing that.
Stop that whistling.
Easy, easy. Nice and slow.
Whoa, whoa.
Today's a scorcher.
Oh, bloated again.
By the way, like you were saying about that book,
My favourite book? Pray tell, did you find it?
as I wandered through the fortress, I stumbled upon Von Bur, and there it lay. Red leather, gold inlay, just as you said.
You really found it. Thank you. By the way, did you have any time to leaf through it?
I read a bit of it.
What did you think?
Well, the author doesn't spare anyone. I wonder if he holds anything at all sacred.
Sure he does. Courage, honor, loyalty. But others have already written enough about those. A writer is interested in what lies beneath the gilded veneer of orderliness and piety, because it's much more interesting.
Hold on. Who wrote this then?
I did. Look, you've never thought about writing something.
Me? And what would I write?
How should I know? Poetry, a novel, a treatise, or a whole book?
That's a tempting notion. Who knows? In another life, I might have become a writer.
Wouldn't you want to at least give it a try?
I suppose I'm not quite sure where you're going with...
There are still a few blank pages left, so we could finish writing it together. You and me. What do you think?
That sounds great.
We'll have plenty of light and privacy in my chambers. Will you escort me?
My pleasure.
How should I start?
You haven't thought of anything yet?
Now, I have many ideas, but we must contribute in equal part.
Both? Well, fine. And what should I do?
Just tell me what you'd like to read about. A tale of a man or a woman? I'll take careful notes of everything.
There are heaps of stories about men, so I propose one about a woman.
All right, a woman then. But I'd need to know more about her.
Such as...
Tell me one trait that is important for you. What would impress you in a girl?
I think above all that she should be clever.
And isn't that rather detrimental for a girl?
Only if she's too clever and thinks she knows everything.
So you're another man who thinks a woman's tongue is a useless organ.
Not at all. It can be used for all kinds of things.
Very well. You win. I walked into that one myself. We better get back to writing. But if the lady in our story is clever, should she employ her wits for good or evil?
You know, evil sounds better to me.
You've got it. But instead of being completely evil, let's make her just spiteful and a bit cunning. Well, just about finished.
Well, let's have a look.
Not yet. Something's missing.
What?
A picture. I don't trust myself with proper illumination, but I think I can handle a sketch, especially if you'll be my model.
What? And what on earth do I have to do?
Imagine you are wearing something very uncomfortable. It pulls and scratches and pinches, and you're just trying to put up with it. How would you look?
Fairly unhappy, I suppose. But I'll try something.
Well, now we're done.
Oh, finally. I'm sore all over.
Your suffering is over. Come take a look at what we've done. Your reward. So what about that story of ours? Tell me your impressions.
Too bad there aren't more books like this. If there were, I might end up turning into a scholar.
Really? I'll take that as the highest possible compliment. And what about the sketch? For such a slapdash job, it's not bad, right?
Oh, it's pretty, really. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
I know I'm no master illuminator, but otherwise, I think we can be quite satisfied. And thank you for the help. I really enjoyed it.
Well, so did I. And for that matter, you're an interesting girl, and I'd like to get to know you a little better.
No beating around the bush. How about that? Please do stop by sometime. I wager it will be enlightening for both of us. Perhaps I can show you my collection of hunting trophies.
You said you could teach me something.
If you ask nicely, I'll share some of my hard...
Very well then, Lady Know-It-All. Let's say then I come on bended knee.
What scholarship can you pass on to me?
That depends on what you're interested in. There's a whole world hidden inside of books I could talk to you about for days on. Or if you prefer actions instead of words, I can show you a few shooting. But I warn you in advance that it will not come free. After all, there's nothing more valuable than So, what would...
I'd like you to... You shoot like...
I prefer that...
Will you... Could you...
Of course, but I warned so.
I'd like to... What's the...
You'd bet...
Christ! Pardon me.
Careful.
Farewell, friend.
Go!
Right.
Whoa! And a disgusting man in all ways. Gather round! Come and take a look. This shameless wretch liked to expose himself to women and pleasure himself. He would lie in wait for his poor victims in out-of-the-way places like meadows or by the pond. For he knew full well that his disgraceful behavior would earn him a punch on the nose. But he was just as afraid of women as he was of men. So he only chose women who were alone as his victims. He may not have physically assaulted them, but punishment awaits him all the same. He'll be whipped for his lewd acts and be left...
God bless.
What's new around?
Try asking Hashtal. He's the groom at the Malashov stables. There's always something to do when animals are involved.
Working with horse.
Why not? And that's about it.
Sounds interesting.
God, I wish this was all over and done with. Nothing like this ever happened under Lord
And with
Rufford.
you?
Take care. God be with you.
Gah!
Whoa, whoa. Whoa!
Blessings to you.
Greetings to you. How can I help?
What's new here?
Nothing much, if you're looking for it.
Hey, Haftal. Why the long face?
Cut the foolery, Henry. I'm in deep shit.
What happened?
They stole von Bergoff's favourite. I'm a dead man.
You mean von Bergoff's horse?
No, his pig dog.
Eh?
Aye, his bloody horse. They stole von Bergoff's horse.
All right, I understand. But what about it? He doesn't deserve any better anyway.
Easy for you to say, but it all falls on my head. I'm the one responsible for these stables. Once it gets out that he's gone, I'll hang.
I'm sure it won't be so bad.
Oh, you're sure, are you? I've got to find that horse.
Well, I'd like to help you, but chasing a horse around the countryside is more of a huntsman's job.
It won't be that hard. I know where those bandits are camped. I caught them in the act of breaking into the stables and managed to snag one of them. The others hightailed it with the horse.
And the one you caught snitched on them?
Well, at first he didn't want to. But after a little... while he was still breathing, that is.
What?
It was an accident. I wanted to hand him over to the bailiff, but he was a sickly fellow. I suppose I was...
Well, thieving is a danger.
Keep it to yourself, all right? He may have been a thief, but I don't... If you help me, I'll pay...
What if the bandits have already sold the horse?
That won't be so easy. It's von Bergoff's horse, and everybody around here knows it. Buying it is a fast track to the gallows. I'm more afraid they'll try to sell the poor animal for meat. If only they knew how valuable...
Fine.
The woods are thick north of here. He said their camp is in the dry riverbed there. I reckon you'll have to look around a bit.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, Henry.
Quick!
Whoa!
Go!
You're always...
I'd better not forget about that council assembly.
Go!
Whoa!
Oh, you mutt.
I've got good news. I found that stolen horse of yours.
Well?
I left him standing over there.
Henry, thank God! If not for you, he'd hang me by...
Well...
And I appreciate it. And if you ever want to learn something about...
I will. I'd like...
What do you... Careful.
What are you doing, proud?
I'm going to see the Mint Master.
Any fool could say that.
Don't delay me.
Suit yourself, but I'm warning you, if you give that kind of lip to Sir Ulrich, you'll...
Glad to see you again.
You have the gall to show me your face again? I'll call...
Hold your horses. Actually, I have a little offer for you.
You've come to blackmail.
Call it what you like. I need to get into the City Council Assembly.
The Assembly? The one King Sigismund is supposed to attend in person?
Surely you wouldn't deny me a chance to meet the king?
Don't try that on me. This is connected with Ruthard, isn't it? And tell the truth.
Well, I just want to climb the social ladder a bit. Nothing wrong with that, is there?
And could you not choose a different occasion for that?
Have you forgotten I have you over a barrel? If you want to keep your position and your head on your shoulders, you'd better shape up.
All right, all right. Maybe we can make a deal. If I get you into the council, you'll behave appropriately and you won't betray yourself, or especially me. And that will be the end of our business together.
All right. That seems like a fair deal.
You can get into the council assembly relatively easily. My cook's son will be serving there. He's roughly around your age. Maybe he can be persuaded to let you stand in for him. Although, not everyone would want to give up an opportunity to serve the King of Hungary.
Who's this boy?
Franta's his name. Franta Cooldown. He's an idler and a boozer, but he's proved his worth. Which reminds me, you'll need his letter of permission to serve in the council. Otherwise, you won't be let in.
What will I need to work as a waiter there?
Fast feet and good manners. And the livery of a royal waiter.
Excuse me?
Or do you think you can serve the king in a torn shirt and muddy hose?
Well, no. But I never heard about any livery before.
Our usual waiter had a brand new livery made specially for meeting the king. Don't even show up there without it.
Where can I find the cook's boy?
He's supposed to pick up his new clothes at the market today, from Master Tailor Schneider. You'll almost certainly run into him there. That is, if he's up and about after his boozing bout. I swear that fellow practically lives at that Tin Hen.
At the what?
That German alehouse, the Iron Eagle. That is Zum Eisernen Adler.
What would work on him? How can I...
Would you like me to give you a letter for him? I told you how to get to the assembly. Now...
I'll be going then. See you at the council.
Just make sure we both come out of it alive.
Clear off!
The city council will be convening soon. I better get a move on.
Excuse me?
It's going around our city, and we all need to find out.
What would you like?
A fine day for some fine wares. Come and take your pick.
The finest wares, quality.
Do your shopping here, and you're in the clear.
Take a look. Quality goods here.
Fine wares here, big and small.
Greetings. What do you need?
You must be Fran...
I am. And whom...
I'm Henry. I heard you were supposed to serve at the city council.
I am. What's it to you?
Supposing I took the job on for you. You can put your feet up, fill your belly, and I'll do all the work for you.
Look here. It's not like I'm all that keen on it, but it's well paid. Apart from that, it's a bit of a pain in the arse. Them councillors stuffing their faces and guzzling wine, while I run around like a bugger with pitchers so they don't run dry. Why would you want to stick your nose in there?
I just have to get in there, understand? I have an important message for the king about a plot against him.
But why would you want to get to him as a
But it could be that someone from the council is mixed up in it, so I have to be in...
I see. All right, then. To begin with, you'll need confirmation that you've worked as a waiter at the council and you're capable of serving even his mad... Look here. Do you have any idea what's expected of you? Can you tell different wines apart and that?
Of course. Who do you take me for?
All right. No need to get upset. Show the confirmation to the head butler. Tell him I sent you and think up some good excuse. Clear?
That makes sense.
And you'll need a waiter's livery. I had a brand new one made. Here it is. I look like a prick in it. Hopefully it'll sit better on you. The main thing is, don't lose it before the assembly or get it covered in shit.
Thanks. I won't disgrace you, I promise.
You better not. Take care for now.
What premonition?
I've got a barrel of ale in it. I'm afraid it'll go bad.
Come and take your pick. You wed.
Franta Cooldown sent me. I'm to stand in for him at the council assembly.
Franta's not coming.
He got poisoned. He's writhing in agony. By turns, praying and cursing,
Oh, that's enough. We can't be without a waiter here, when the king himself will need waiting. So, let's have a look at you. Have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure.
Everything's in order. You've got a waiter's cap. A tunic you have. Hose are good. You can put your steel aside in front of the council chamber, along with your other stuff. You won't be needing it anyway. You don't want to be dragging a load if you're running around tables. Everything as it should be. Glad to see it, lad. Do you know what your duties are? For an inexperienced greenhorn like you, it'll be a great responsibility.
Well, I'll happily listen to any advice. I wouldn't want to foul things up.
I should certainly hope not. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner, look willing and ready, and not get in anyone's way. In short, behave as if you're not there. But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you run and pour it for him on the double. You'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel. You take one and go to their table and pour for them. White Tokaib or red monastery wine.
White or red by the door to the chapel. Got it.
But for Councillor Adam of Zarzhitz, you must not pour at all. When he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble. So the assembly has to be interrupted, or otherwise it never reaches an end. We can't allow that to happen in the presence of the king.
All right. Sir Adam of Zarzhitz stays dry.
And if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't look at him. And the most important thing?
To stay in the background and keep quiet until someone asks me something?
Correct. The councillors have a lot to discuss, and they certainly don't need any interruptions. And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses, and provide everything that anyone wants from you. Understood?
What if I make a mess of something?
Then I'll see to it that you won't get a job even mopping the floor in the hole in the... But I'm sure that's not going to happen.
I know everything I need to.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load. You can wait in the cubbyhole for the serve.
Our current Waffenarsenal
There
is
are
a
the
joke.
pictures of wine.
And on top of that, the army was
Hopefully I won't splash
requisitioning
anyone's
from
shoes.
it. Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any
Hey,
Räuber
boy,
in the domain?
a full cup of monastery
What are
wine.
you getting at, Eldris?
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick, the Dry Devil, used that thing. That Hackenbücher. Hand cannon. Can you believe it?
Come now, waiter. I want
Where
it
did
red.
they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them. Since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them, Herrgott. It is eine Schande when outlaws
Come now,
have
waiter.
better
I want
weapons
it
than
red.
the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris? You
Thank
smell
you,
a deal?
Richard. What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize what Schwierigkeiten this is. The Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubritter everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight, exactly?
Hey, waiter,
The merciful
pour me
King
some monastery
Sigismund
wine.
providing us with protection, isn't he?
Der König and his army will not be here forever.
Shut up! The king can arrive at any moment. What if he heard you?
Monastery wine.
What the
Here.
heck? We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom.
Well,
and we're
thank
supposed
the
to defend it with brooms?
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies, nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with the
White
Yemeli
pour me red
state
wine.
of our armory. And the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes.
The king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the
thank the
Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will
I'm
rise
sorry.
up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
I'd like to report to the Honourable Council on the
Hey,
cleanliness
youngster,
of the city
some
and the
red.
state of the public baths.
You mean baths or brothels?
Isn't it the same thing?
So, the cleanliness of the city is not
Am I to yell
what
here
it should
like
be.
at a horse
Current
fair?
baths in the city
I
fall
said
far
I
short of
wanted
covering all the
red.
citizens' needs.
Well, thank the Lord.
We do have the new baths, all right. And Adam Dole there. I hear the Hopperings baths were more of a pigsty.
They still are a bit, but the quality went downhill at Adams, too.
Great hell.
Boy,
Thought you
come
were
here.
a frequent customer there. Or have you grown tired of pampering you for free?
It's not about me at all.
More wine,
Our town's
Master Bailiff?
best interest,
I have
however.
enough wine.
Betty...
I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief. She thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me who the item belongs to.
And what is it?
A silver goblet. She sneaked into Sir Ulrich's house and stole it. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, he'll turn the city upside down to find the culprit. Go and get it. And don't you make a mess there, understand?
I can't. I'm supposed to serve the lords.
You're supposed to do what you're told. But suit yourself. I'll go and get it myself after the assembly.
This is neither a civic duty nor a right.
Have you forgotten the Black Death?
Careful.
A great many people
Boy,
died.
I'd like some wine.
needlessly.
Are you questioning God's plan? The Black Death had nothing to do with the
I
bath.
apologise, sir.
Unless the Lord
Which
wishes
one?
to punish
Okay,
the wickedness that's going on there.
Keeping the city clean is important, but we don't have money to spend. Arguing about who is going to wash where and how
Good,
is
sir.
a waste of time.
It's only a waste of time because we're always arguing about the same thing.
Not at all. If you'd finally admit that it's a trifle, we wouldn't have to keep coming back to it.
A trifle? Do you ever walk the streets here? Sewage, rats, slop, and rubbish. The least we can do for the citizens is to provide them with a place to wash up.
What nonsense! Next, you'll want me to serve wine to everyone for free, too.
Why not? In Jerome Nars's earthly paradise, everything would be free.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Gentlemen, let's agree to disagree. What if the king heard?
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way, at least until His Majesty honors us with his visit. And as we know, Gunslin absolutely hates him.
He can hate
Hey,
all he
waiter,
wants,
pour
as
me
long as
some
he does no
monastery
damage.
wine.
Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
Horseshit! You know full well. Everybody knows.
Monastery
we
wine.
wiped the floor
Here.
with you.
Compose yourself, Adam, and stop drinking. The king might come any time now.
That's right. Let's not burden the anointed monarch with such...
Me? Compose myself? Me? I beg your pardon. I demand that you...
Brewer!
Hey,
Franz, please
oi.
continue.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident. You were there, weren't you?
Oh, that. Just a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
My ears must be deceiving me.
Waiter,
Are you defending
I wanted
Rutard?
monastery wine.
Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then
Am
we
I
have a good
supposed to
reason
drink
punish
white
him.
when I wanted
What
red?
happened there?
I
Leave nothing out.
must have
don't
misheard.
like Rutard, true.
I
but
apologise.
In this case, it really was nothing.
Everyone in the city gossiped
Hey, waiter,
about it.
pour me some Tokar.
I heard there were several dead.
Did you? That's grossly exaggerated. I don't think Rutard will cause any trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself while the king...
I apologise, sir.
That's true.
Which wine?
Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him, and soon.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happened, there's no point in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
I'm sorry, Andreas, but I wouldn't brush it off so
Sir?
quickly. Why do I have the feeling you're not telling us the whole truth?
Well, thank the Lord.
Are you accusing me of lying?
Those are strong words, my friend. Nobody said anything like that, did they?
Then why doesn't he tell us what really happened?
I'm not keeping anything from you, but there's little truth to the rumors circulating around the town. Yes, Ruthard and I had a little disagreement, but we ended it quickly because his daughter wanted to get involved. I didn't want to expose the girl to any unpleasant sights.
So Ruthard is hiding behind his own daughter's skirts?
As if it wasn't enough that he sent his son to die defending the city.
All right.
I'd like to...
There's no time. Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. I could understand it with mercenaries, students, and other scum of all kinds, but city councillors?
I'd like some monastery wine. Refill my cup, boy.
Ah, and look who spoke first.
Sir?
And that's the only reason you're still here on the council and not in the pillory.
You want to blame somebody, you should point the finger at the youngster here who's...
Excuse me?
Never mind.
Come here
I
for a moment.
suspect the gentleman from the city's sword-fighting school brought this custom to us. It's now run by the German Menhard. Who knows who that fellow is?
Don't be
Hey, boys, a word.
Refill, sir?
Do you think I come to the council just to guzzle wine?
What can I help you with, sir?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now, but if you disappear for a little while...
I really shouldn't, sir.
A fine servant you are.
They're apparently settling accounts their own way. We'll soon be the laughingstock of the whole town.
You can rest assured the whole town is already laughing at us all day long. So what if they have one more reason?
My words exactly. The town council is squabbling constantly at the Emperor Charles, and no one is left unscathed.
And you, a councillor, let people throw dirt on our work?
If I threw out everyone who complains over a beer, I'd soon be out of customers.
With it.
Come here, friend, and bring that red with you.
That's not a good idea, sir.
Since there's the eternal dispute over the cathedrals, the building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers, right under our noses. It's just a village with a monastery, and they are going to make a royal mining city. Why can't we build faster?
Hey, waiter!
Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
Because those so-called craftsmen are a band
I apologise,
of
sir.
parasites.
Which one?
You pay them,
Colourblind
they
white.
come late, or report sick, and if they do come, their work is shit, and you have to pay someone else to put it right.
I'm sorry.
It's a waste of time. I tell you, a waste of time.
Adam,
Sir?
don't interrupt the proceedings with your drunken ranting.
You, lad!
Even if you are.
You look
And
familiar
as for
to
you,
me.
haven't you noticed there's a war going on?
I really couldn't
Are
say,
the
sir.
experts from far off supposed to...
I have a
sit around
feeling
the
I've
sea?
spoken with
Besides,
you before, too.
I get the feeling
with
there's
someone
something
who
other
looks
than
a
the
hell of
welfare
a
of the
lot
city
like you.
behind your complaints.
Oh, you do? Do you? And what would that be?
Like, for instance, that you'd like to have your own altar there?
So what if I would?
Hold your horses, gentlemen. That space in the side nave is mine.
Then hell freezes over, my friend. Your place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
A swordsmith dares to insult me? Ha! I think not.
Excuse me?
Sir?
You wanted to buy yourself an altar in the cathedral, just like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
How dare you? I acquired my seat for the services our guild provided and still provides to the crown.
Well, I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army. If that's all they have, they would be defeated by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Hopbrink.
What ne'er-do-wells?
Those wrestlers of theirs, of course. People from the whole town go to watch them brawl.
Hey, boy, a full
This
cup of
is
monastery
to me.
wine.
Because it has all been sorted out. Not long ago, the guards raided and threw them all out.
Ah, yes, I had forgotten. What do we have to discuss
Sorry.
next?
Thank you, waiter.
I'm telling you, something is being planned.
Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
Azonal Ducek Össe, Elegiop Katonaikat, Ishkelkinek Udra.
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
And like this plan of fights!
Come now, Father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. Do you know any of the guests here?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. It's a pretty varied company. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they're keeping mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spiritual man too, so...
I wouldn't be too sure.
God be with you, friend.
Who's that French fellow you brought here from Malashov?
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere, knows everything, and has the keys to half the kingdom. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth, but a harmless one. Besides, he defended Kuttenberg, and you know how that went. If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
How does it feel to breathe free?
What can I say? You can never truly appreciate freedom until someone locks you up for a while.
Or until you become a priest.
No fear of that in my case. I intend to enjoy life, wine, women.
What do you plan to do now?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose and a head like a church bell.
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed to be deciding the future of the...
I'll leave that to the older and wiser. And dumber.
Dear me. I'd rather creep off into some corner with a full wineskin. But I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the rest of the gang.
Indeed you should. After all, you are one of the Lords of
Oh, don't start with that. I'd like to steer clear of the old man as long as I can.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually planning.
Wo liegt das Problem?
All right.
Greetings, sir.
Greetings.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians representatives of your community. I'm Godwin. My greet... to you.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest here.
And yet...
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell. After all, we have much in common. And we are both a little on unfamiliar ground here. I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical court in the sacred community of Gutenberg. And this is Samuel, my aide.
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see everyone is staring at us?
Because we all need to help each other in this time of need. And why would they not stare when you are frowning so?
Are you here to arrange some trade?
We have more serious matters to attend to here. The situation in the town and the kingdom is unsustainable. The whole land is on the brink of destruction. You have men and weapons. We have the means to sustain.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver what we brought to the Margrave and quickly leave.
Everything in good time, Samuel. We have just arrived.
Did you come to lend money to the lords?
Not to lend, but to give. Help given to the needy is repaid only by God.
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have paid mercenaries at...
You remind me of my young friend Henry. He's a bit of a hothead too.
Henry? That messenger of Radzik Copula?
You know each other. You're both around the same age.
That would be him. We did not get off to a very good start.
I reckon the two of you would hit it off. He's reliable, and has his heart in the right place. For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. It's not so long since his parents were killed in Skalitz. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world, risking his neck at every turn.
Wait, a blacksmith, you say? From Skalitz?
Aye, that's right. Did you know anyone there?
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the name of Martin.
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this world. For our numerous sins.
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one. Ma raised me on her own.
And that was all for the best.
Why? He should have taken care of me, but instead he fathered another bastard.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children. At least, none of his own. He took in Henry, and raised him as his own, on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Sir Radzik Kobila, Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20 other Mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him, just like yours did to you.
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry only found out about it recently.
Enough. I'd rather have a drink. Will you have one too, Zayde?
For that, there will be more suitable times.
Good health.
L'chaim.
Everything all right?
I can't wait for it to end, so we can...
I reckon you'd have to be pretty brave to come and mingle.
Or pretty pissed. We will leave us soon anyway. All of these worthy gentlemen.
Would you tell me something about your community?
What can I tell you? It was never exactly glorious. And now especially, everyone is quaking that what is still left to us...
Surely it won't be that.
There are many fools who would rather take out their gall on us and start to... In times of uncertainty, it is always the sons of Israel who are the first to be stricken.
didn't even look at it. He just told me to bugger off. Women! Sure. Happy to help you.
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin. A friend of that lad you arrived with, Henry.
Baron Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. I am a warrior, a traveler.
My word.
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new friend.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. I knew right away we'd hit it. How did you end up in prison?
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It was after I heroically led the defense and only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate...
That needs some explanation.
Oh, misère. It is clear you have never been to war.
You're quite mistaken, Monsieur Baron. I have...
Ah, this Bohemia is a strange land. I have seen farmhands, children, and even women fighting. Do tell me about it. No doubt you fought on the side of truth and...
My last big battle was in Kosovo.
I've heard of this battle. Many great men...
Aye. And it was there I decided it was nothing for me.
Then, what are you doing here?
The Lord moves in this... You say you're a poet?
Jamais. Is poetry nothing but a fuss to you? Is a poet a gesture for a I think not. To recite...
Where have you been on your travels?
But of course! If you are interested in my greatest journeys, then I have traveled with a merchant caravan all the way to the... And if you are interested in my greatest deed, then... That was perhaps saving the life of the...
And you wouldn't by any chance know the Pope, personally?
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX when I was sojourning in Rome. A pleasant fellow.
How come almost nobody here knows?
I am operating, as they say. My great benefit is my strong connection with the French. There, everyone knows my name. Here in Bohemia...
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That horse son won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours. Could it have gone any other way when there's so many of us here?
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake.
But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of...
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know that?
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me at today's gathering.
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask something of you.
It depends what it's all...
A little delicate I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain...
That's a weak word.
And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council. But
Well... I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the ones who want peace.
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, as Jobst proposes, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
When Sigismund sees that, he'll be off to Hungary all the sooner. At a gallop.
Exactly. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves. But he won't engage an equal force on the battlefield.
But he can't retreat either. That would be a disgrace.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by events there. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We've already set the ground for it. We just need negotiators who will push the right people in the right direction.
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst?
More like in parallel, but without his knowledge. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea, we'll all win.
Why are you doing all this anyway?
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths. And also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
You've got an interesting way of
You're certainly not the first to tell me that. I take it as a...
I'll help you. What exactly?
I'll give you 3 names. Botchek of Kunstadt, Hamann Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our side, we've won the day. Meanwhile, I'll take care of Jobst.
Why me, of all...
Because you've got a head on your shoulders. You know how to talk, and you're not just out for your own good. You and your friend Henry are similar in that respect. That's why I know I can count on you both. There aren't many like you two.
What if it doesn't?
I refuse to even consider that outcome. Because it would mean slow, but certain.
Tell me a bit more.
Certainly. Who do you want to start?
Botchek of Kunstadt. I know then.
That's just the thing. He's got massive estates, great influence, but he holds back. He doesn't play the big game, because he doesn't like to take risks. He always goes for the sure thing. But once he's made his mind up, not even a pair of oxen will hold him.
Alder the Alderman. Wasn't he a Kuttenberg?
He still is. The only one who retained his position after the city. Only he's here, instead of cozying up with Sigismund in Kuttenberg. So his day's in the council, but he'll continue to have a strong influence on the guilds and the rich burghers. And that's why we need him.
Anna of Waldstein. The widow of that rich mine owner. What was his name?
Wenzel Bartosz. And I'm not surprised you forgot.
I was quite surprised to see her here. Assemblies like this are more...
A male affair? So far, Godwin, Anna is holding back and behaving like an exemplary young widow. But don't trust appearances. She's got claws, she knows how to do her sums, and she certainly has no love lost for Sigurd.
And what use can she be to us? Apart from her late husband's money, of course.
She's as sharp as they come when it comes to trade. And she knows a thing or two about... There are wicked tongues that claim Bartosz acquired most of his wealth thanks to her. And that it was thanks to her that he died, too.
I'll get on it, then.
I wish us both luck. Before...
Success to our plans. God be with you. No, there's something I'd like to ask.
God be with you. What?
Your diplomatic support.
No beating around the bush, eh? I like that. But what do you want?
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady. We need to gather in...
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford on his own?
Christ. Be praised.
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money, and divining their intentions is a necessity. Although, between the two of us, it isn't hard to figure out what Liechtenstein...
How do you know Liechtenstein's behind it?
I know most of the people here very well. Many of them certainly have doubts about the Margrave's plans. But they wouldn't dream of stating them aloud. While it seems that Lord Liechtenstein, on the contrary, sees his opportunity.
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of this crew.
Not only for people, but also for good food and wine.
Then you're in the right place.
The wine here is average. The cooks lack imagination. And I have yet to hear any... So, to the point.
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to parley more effectively with Sigurd.
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for help? Why should I, of all people, take the risk?
It's not only your money we're interested in. You're well able to negotiate and trade. And if you were to take part in our plan...
Then I'd be helpful to you on two fronts. If you want me to support you, you must give me a good reason. Perhaps...
Do you have something in particular in mind?
Well, one of the guests here has something that shouldn't get into the wrong hands.
Who's that?
Harman Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him, I would support your proposal.
Have you fallen out with the town councillor?
No, no. Alder is innocent in the matter. My relatives from the House of Bartosz are behind it all. They're disappointed that I dared outlive my husband, and the fact that I'm handling his estates makes their hair stand on end.
And these papers I'm supposed to switch, what do they concern?
My relatives somehow dug up some trade contracts between myself and certain undesirable parties.
You were dealing with the enemy.
They were not the enemy at the time. My conscience is clear, but I'll rest easier when those papers are in my hands.
I'm supposed to rob...
Harman Alder was given the documents to deliver to the council. He hasn't yet had a chance to look at them, so he won't even notice the difference.
And the papers I'm supposed to...
Just insignificant documents. If the incriminating ones disappeared without a trace, it would arouse...
All right, I'll help you. Or at least I'll...
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he left in the shed on the outer courtyard. Bring them to me, and put these there instead. But watch yourself. Odorin's groom has eyes ever...
I'll tell you, nobody...
I'll have a jug of wine.
Not even Bocek?
Not even Bocek.
Take a look at that.
What's that? God bless.
Aren't you a bit bored?
What's your problem? The horses are fed and watered.
God forbid. But standing around here must be a pain.
Not really.
I left something behind in the shed, and now I need it.
Is that so? And...
Oh, just a wee gift for Lord...
The younger or the elder?
Do you think there are two lords of Rabosh? For my...
All right,
Forgive him. But for the last time.
These are the best thoroughbreds east of Prague.
I've got those papers from all...
Quiet! You don't have to announce...
Milady, with all the clamor going on here, I can hardly hear my own... Here they are.
You're more capable than I expected.
You're welcome. And now you're...
As agreed. I will support Liechtenstein's proposal.
Thank you. No.
Yes, quite. But let's drink.
How could I refuse a toast with such a fine lady? To your health.
And to the success...
I'd like to check your horses out. See if they're as good as you say.
Pah, even better. But you won't believe it until you see for yourself.
And you might not believe your eyes when you do see them. Well, well. We have a new guest.
I wanted to...
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it by your leave. Or to harass my guests some more?
I want to have a word with Older.
Well, I'm having a word with you.
I apologize, Father.
For interrupting our conversation? Or just for being you?
Is that your...
Unfortunately. Speak up, then. What are you doing here?
I came with a delegation from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Is this a joke?
Why so strict, Martin?
20 years ago, he was nothing but a cheeky brat, only interested in wenches and booze. I got him a place at the Archbishopric to have some sense beaten into his head. Only it wasn't long before they kicked him out. And then I find out he's settled in some backwater parish in Sassau. But he took his boozing and whoring along with him, lost everything, and then came creeping home again. Huh?
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you in the outer courtyard.
You have the impertinence to show me your face after the way you disgraced our whole family?
You're exaggerating. Like you've all...
Me? Exaggerating? You're the one who turned my home into a house of ill repute. Your whores wandering around as if they owned the place.
Oh, actually, anything fun was strictly banned under... But maybe you ought to try it yourself sometime. Then maybe you wouldn't be such a bitter old grouch.
You're dishonoring your host.
I can't dishonor someone who has no honor. If you had any, you'd be...
That's enough.
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults. I challenge you to a duel.
We've never met, and we have no cause to be enemies. Take back your challenge, and we'll sort things out peacefully.
You've got no other option. You insulted Father's honor.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for violence. I can have a word in private with Lord Odorin, the second, as he desires, and then...
Out of the question. This uncouth lout needs a lesson, and he's got plenty to learn from Christopher. By God's grace, I have at least one son I can be...
You want satisfaction? You'll get... Suit yourself, then. We'll fight. Come to the outer courtyard, but quietly. We don't have to put on a show.
After you.
Well, that's that. Now, what...
Shouldn't we rather...
No, Christopher will sort it out.
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back. Take that. Come on, then.
Swing with your whole arm, not just your wrist. Left arm lower.
Enough. That will do.
God be with you.
My God. Where did you learn to wield? Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer.
I was in a war. Right after they kicked me out of the Archbishop. And you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults that Father sees are...
Why? Well...
So Father would be satisfied. I know. Only he'll never be satisfied. And the sooner you realize that, the better.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down. And he hoped at least his second would become something.
Not at all. I remember him the same since I was a nipper. When I was 6 years old, I fell off a horse and broke my leg. He wouldn't talk to me for a week because I'd let him down.
The first time he took me hunting, he let me starve for 3 days until I was able to shoot my first hare.
Only 3 days? He got soft.
I always wondered who you were. There was never much talk about you at home.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled and boozed until they threw me out of my own parish. But now, I have a chance to put things to rights a little.
And that's why you want to talk to Alder.
Aye. The outcome of this war depends on it.
That sounds very important, considering you and Alder are both pretty small players. After your encounter with Father, it won't be easy to get to Alder. Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it. Unless you want to anger Father even more.
What else can I do, though?
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure. But you'll have to trust me and tell me what it's all about.
Do I have any choice?
If it's really that important, you don't.
All right, then. You've heard Yob's plan, right? It's a nice idea, but we can't wait around without an army to back us up.
Only no one's going to pay for one, because that would be an outright admission of rebelling against Sigismund.
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers who are loyal to Sigismund. If he agrees, they'll follow.
I expect Alder's not the only one you're after.
You got that right.
Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds sensible, and he's no fool.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime. Pa doesn't need to know about it.
You're starting to sound like a brother.
That's exactly why we mustn't push too hard.
Burgers. Sir Bocek, I need to...
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips and someone comes along to put a flea in it. Yobs comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes, and now you're all jostling to win me over, Thor.
On the contrary, I've come here with a...
Does that improvement include a few thousand men-at-arms? If not, you can go to the devil.
A few thousand men-at-arms has a convincing argument. And 100 horsemen on top. Only in order to get them, we need...
You've got my attention, but not my...
Don't worry, it's not just your money I want to draw on. Believe it or not, we have gained...
Really? Name at least one of those.
Anna of Volstein, for sure.
Really? Well, let's see about.
I wouldn't mention the word.
All right. I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, the Lord bless. I can't risk it all in a conflict.
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you openly oppose.
My guarantee is called Yitka. She's my niece. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll have the certainty that I won't be left alone.
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable groom among the allies.
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also gladly accept. I don't want her to be up.
I believe Liechtenstein is single.
And an uncertain party. Besides, he's inconvenient for Sigismund. Yitka could end up being a pawn to blackmail both.
I'd be honored to oblige. I'm in my prime.
Forget about it. Even if by some miracle you could manage to sire children, you'd die before you could raise them.
The truth doesn't offend, my lord. But I had... How about young...
He's a youngster still.
He may be young, but he's got something between his ears. He's got battle experience. And when he gets the estate that's his by right, he'll be well secured for life.
If he gets it. Right now, Hanush lords over Rattay and seems quite happy with that state of affairs. On the other hand, the lords of Leipa have a good reputation, and Hanush can always be relied on despite his Maybe it's not such a bad...
So...
You're selling the skin of a boar that's still First, I want a confirmation that the wedding will take place as soon as...
And what if Lord Capon...
I don't care what the young lord thinks. Hanush is the one to... If he agrees, I'll be happy to support him.
Pushing a friend to tie the knot to save the kingdom.
The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice. Now stop dilly-dallying and go...
That's the way it's bloody well.
Godwin, we didn't have much...
With pleasure, sir. Has it happened? What are you expecting from today's gathering?
Well, I have no... But, all going well, we may be able to establish as long as we...
I couldn't help but notice your son has...
To put it mildly, but not to do him an injustice, knowing young Lord Capon, he undoubtedly contributed, although... If they didn't pull each other out of trouble, God...
Wise words. Still, Henry's come a long way on a thorny path.
You know, I am. And Martin would also be glad, even though Henry chose a different...
May God grant him... Where did you leave Sir Divish? Surely he's not too old to miss out on such an event.
Haven't you heard? Lady Stephanie is with... No one even imagined Divish would produce an heir at his age.
As they say, doesn't matter who needed the dough, as long as there's a pie in the oven.
Godwin.
Well, it could be a miracle. Sir Hanush, I bring happy tidings.
You do?
I've gained us a pop.
And who is it? I hope it's not one of those Kuttenbergs.
On the contrary, it's Bocek, the elder of Kunstadt and Podjeba.
Kunstadt? My Christ, he's the lad. How the hell did you...
Well, I explained to him how such an alliance could be...
Mutual?
He's got a pretty serious personal interest.
Stop beating around the bush and spit out what you promised him.
Lord Kunstadt has a niece, so I arranged a betrothal for young Lord Capon, with your blessing if you agree.
Hans Capon is to... Godwin, you conniving old bastard!
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe it. So, young Hans is to marry Kunstadt's daughter?
Niece.
If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Rattay parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassa. Or what about a bishopric?
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying for a wedding. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself. But let's drink to...
Cheers!
Cheers!
I've got some good news and some bad.
The bad news is there's hardly any females in this whole... There's some old bat standing there with 2 young girls, but she watches over them like a mother. So at least tell me the good news.
Actually...
At least the wine here is decent. Cheers!
To your health.
That's exactly why we mustn't push it.
Sir Bocek.
So Hanush agreed.
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill my end of the bargain.
Thank you.
Enough formality. We'll...
Cheers to the beautiful Lady Yitka and the unhappy Lord King.
Here's to a good...
I'm still hoping it works out, and we walk out of here with a clear plan. But...
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblets to the successful conclusion of the negotiation.
Is this supposed to be your...
Like I said, miracles happen where you least expect. Tell me, Godwin of the House of Odorin, what news do you bring us?
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow of Waldstein and Sir Bocek of Kunstad...
Both of them. Good heavens, what did you promise?
This is going to be a long story, and I could use a drink. So if you'll excuse me...
How are you getting?
Everything is good.
Glad to hear. Keep it up. Just don't...
I'd like to check your horses out. See?
Ha!
And you might...
Well, I want to... Well... I'll talk to you later. You're in...
Is that
It's not...
That's I twice 20. I got only and that. But it tries. You have.
I would...
How?
I can't...
That's Chris. You won't.
You've got gentle...
I can have...
Out of and his.
You want... Should you...
After. Well,
Shouldn't...
no.
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back.
Yeah.
Take that shit.
What's wrong with your legs?
Fuck you.
Cover your right side. You've got a gap there I can drive a cart through.
That will do.
Father.
And you... So only...
I thought...
Not when I was... He wouldn't...
The first...
Look, but now...
And...
I've... maybe...
Actually...
What else?
I'll talk...
All right. It's
Only no...
older...
Leave out...
I don't know.
You can drink...
Sir Bocek.
A man... Jobs, does that...
Only...
You've got... I need...
Of course.
You can... I have... I can't...
So...
My... If...
Maybe...
Perhaps...
I believe...
And...
How?
He said...
He's got...
If on me... Your first item, if he... The king...
Sir Hannah...
You do?
I've...
And who on the cunt? How the...
Well...
You...
Lord...
Have got me off. So, if you... Or you forget... What a...
Cheer!
Cheer!
God be with you. There's something...
God be with you.
You're...
No.
Margaret...
I should... Or that... I know, but they... While it's not only...
Who did you learn from?
I acquired the basics from my husband. And the rest I learnt quickly. So...
Nothing more than support and resource.
Nothing more.
It's you...
There. If you...
Do you have...
Well, Harmon... Now.
Have you...
No, they're distant.
And the...
My red...
You were...
They were not...
I'm
Harmon... He had...
And the...
Just...
All right.
I'll bring... But what...
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
Shut your mouth, lackey. I was living in this fortress before you were a twinkle.
You...
I am...
Which one?
The one with the strongest punch. Are you going to keep asking stupid questions?
No.
I've got those...
Quiet!
Hear the... You...
As agreed.
Thank you.
Yes.
How...
And...
So Hannah should...
Indeed.
Then I thank enough.
Cheers!
Here's...
I'm still hoping it works out, and we walk out of here with a clear plan. Probably not the best idea.
Hey!
Together,
Where's that beer?
I will celebrate hearing you admit a mistake, Margrave.
Mind where you're going.
I wouldn't lose faith just yet. Sometimes all you need to do is send the right man to whisper the right words.
You mean you managed to convince me? Someone influential.
No, I manage nothing. But I
Mind where you're going.
We could pull a thorn out of our side and get some influence to join our...
Sir Cook, your
How?
Will you support?
That depends on what it is. If he decides to just wait.
Do you think we should look for help somewhere?
I came here for one reason alone. To hear. If Jobst doesn't lay one out before me, I'll try and find someone more courageous.
I expect you know...
Why wouldn't I? She's joined at the hip with my daughter Rosa.
I hope she doesn't feel unwelcome here. I've heard she's a bit of a thorn in the side for some of the gents here.
To her own relatives, certainly. But I'll tell you one thing. I knew her husband, Wenzel, and he married her out of love, and I cared for him devotedly till the day he died. And it wasn't a quick death.
So it's not true what they say? That his demise was convenient for her?
Vile slander. People just can't forgive her for coming into a fortune as a young widow.
What do you think of the rabbi's offer? The Kuttenberg Jewish community is large, and their support could change everything.
Or nothing. To be honest, I've no idea what to expect of the rabbi's offer.
He said he was interested in an alliance, though.
Aye, but still he must be aware that whatever happens, it won't change the lot of his people.
So you don't trust him?
And isn't it natural? It's not just faith in the walls of their quarter that separates us. They live in our city, but they're more foreign than the Germans or the Hungarians. God be with you.
I'm still hoping it works out. We walk out of here with a clear flag.
So, not used to be. And I, until... I have, but it... Do you... I, and in... More, so I said, even... No, there's... It, like...
It's a mistake, Margrave. But if I were you, I wouldn't lose faith just yet. Sometimes all you need to do is send the right man to whisper the right word. The right ears.
You mean you managed to convince someone? Someone intrigued?
Not at all.
Innkeeper, a beer!
But I have found someone who could pull a thorn out of our side and get some influential people to join our
What are you
cause.
skulking around for, you frog?
Secret envoy.
I'm still...
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblets to the successful conclusion.
Is this supposed to be your secret?
Like I said, miracles happen where you least expect. Tell me, Godwin of the House of Odorin.
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow of Waldstein and Sir Bocek of Kunstad will support our cause.
Both of them. Good heavens, what did you promise them?
This is going to be a long story, and I could use a drink.
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes! And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the Balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslas, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein. To do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wenceslas' side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see? All you have to do is make sure the city rebel get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants! Chicken shits! Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
And drunks! Give them hell! Lazy fools, the lot of them.
How dare you?
Some of you are even swelling right here in the city council meeting. This is unbelievable.
Remove this swill pot from the hall immediately.
I'm telling the truth. This whole council is a farce. The whole city knows it.
Lord of Sargitz, your insolence just cost you your place on the council, and a month in the dungeon.
But...
Hopefully that'll be enough for him to sober up. And if not, put him in the pillory for a while, bailiff.
I'll see to it as soon as the council is over, Your Majesty.
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore place the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly, we have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you were harsh, rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the King's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves. Jobst does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, your majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Raposh. Odorin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Odorin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosh will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No.
I'm sorry.
We shall have white. We have had enough of it.
White it is. Quickly! If Raposh falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
I'm sorry.
To bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants will only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
The roast was calling out to me.
Is mine the young lord?